know how I feel about this, but there is a song that the Nationals always sing, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about at seminar.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that song, and I honor that song, and I respect that song. And I also have some thoughts on that song. I think it is both where you start and where you finish. And because many a race, it's one at the starting gate, right? It's making the decision to start the race. We can't complete something unless we start it. And so I love that song. It's not where you start, it's where you finish. But I wish it could say it's not where you start, it's where you start and finish. Okay. Because I really do believe that in all my heart, because starting is a belief system, starting is a mindset, and it is making the decision to honor the commitment that you make and see it through. And so when you let yourself off at the start of something, that to me means you weren't even really committed to the race. And so we are starting a brand new seminar year, a brand new July, a brand new quarter. And my ask is that if you have the intention of seeing it through the finish, which I believe you do, then you have the intention of making the decision to have a great start. In the Mary Kay world, they don't call it a mediocre start program. They don't call it the good start program. It's called the great start program. So if the company wanted us to have a mediocre start, they'd call it the mediocre start program. It's a great start program. So I just want to encourage you to have a great start, because when you start off with success, you will have a different experience in your Mary Kay journey this year. It is a different belief system and mindset when you are on target or working with and for a goal versus having to come back from behind and play catch up. Okay. In my personal humble opinion, I have won races at the start and I have won races at the finish. But the most enjoyable journeys have been the ones that I've started off strong and have truly set myself up for success. And the reason is when you are already set up or on target for that success, you operate from a different mindset. You are operating from inspiration, not desperation. Does that make sense? When we're behind a goal, we operate from desperation. Oh my gosh, I've got to hurry up and catch up. Or, oh my gosh, it's just enjoying the journey. And my wish and desire is that you enjoy the journey. And so real quickly, because I'm a total dork, I Googled about why CEOs, because you are the CEO of your own company, right? You are an independent beauty consultant. Sean Key used to always tell me that, right? You're an independent beauty consultant. Your success is, up to you, right? We want to mentor and encourage you, but truly that's why the very first word in your title is independent, because you run your business as you choose to. And so I found an article that it was written in a CEO magazine, ceoworld.biz, why getting off to a great start matters. And it made me laugh because it actually used the word great start. It doesn't say mediocre start, it says great start. And so I want to encourage you to have a great start. And the great start looks at finishing out your 600 this month, finishing, your first quarter start. Be on target for those consistency prizes. If consistency wasn't important to Mary Kay, they wouldn't put the consistency prize out there. Okay. It's not the carrot. It's not the trinket. It's that you are set up for the success that when you hit these milestones, you will be where you want to be at the end of the year. Mary Kay is so very intentional. The programs are put in place for you to be the best success that you can be. And so real quickly, before we turn it over to our amazing training tonight, it says, getting off to a great start. It sets the bar at a high level. It keeps us from having to play catch up. It minimizes the potential for unnecessary conflict and stress. I love that. When you get off to a great start, it minimizes the potential for unnecessary conflict and stress. And it allows you to sow the seeds for maximum potential. And I added in there, earning and emotional potential. You have an opportunity to sow the seeds for maximizing potential as in earning potential and emotional success potential. And so again, I wrote, it's a belief system. And so in this, the CEO is basically talking about, if you are fortunate enough to be on a team, treat that team as if it is a sports team. And I thought, isn't that so great? That's what we do in Mary Kay. We treat it as a sports team. And it says, a great teams have a start and an end to a season. And I thought, yes, they do. And it says the 5 factors common to high performing teams offer a simple framework that may be helpful for you and your team. So you have to ask yourself these 5 questions. We as independent contractors, independent beauty consultants, these are the 5 questions we need to ask ourselves to feel if and make sure that we have these in place to be off to a great start. So the question number 1, and again, I modified it for Mary Kay, but question number 1 is, do we have all the right people in place? Do you think you're the right person at the right time? I sure do, right? I believe you are here for a reason, right? I believe this is one of the greatest callings on our life to, fulfill God's plan in this Mary Kay opportunity. It says, do you have all the right people in place? Well, I sure believe you do, because you've got yourself and you've got your sales director and you've got the good Lord. And who else do you need other than that? My idea of the right people in place, again, I got from my mentor, Sean Key, and he said, the right people are those who are willing, capable, and able. A right person at the right place at the right time is a person who is willing, capable, and able. And on my heart, I believe that you are willing, capable, and able, or you wouldn't be here. Many, 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 many people in the Mary Kay arena, they're capable and able, but they're not willing to give up a Monday evening, right? And so I honor you in that you are here, capable, willing, and able. Number 2, I think this is a great question. Do you feel safe in your environment? I sure hope you feel safe in the Mary Kay environment, a company with God first, family second, career third. I mean, it doesn't get any safer than that. I hope you feel safe within your unit and within the team of your sales director and the leadership of your sales director. So if you feel safe, then you can check that one off. So you see you're already off to a great start. You're willing, capable, and able because you're the right person for the right job. You're in a safe environment. Number 3, is there an opportunity for each person to have training, advancement, resources, and open communication? Do you feel like you have an opportunity for training, advancement, resources, and communication? Well, of course you do, right? So you've got number 3, you've got 3 for 3. So you're already off to a great start. Number 4, and this is the question you have to ask yourself. What is your level of accountability? What is your level of accountability? And what does that accountability look like to you? And again, I love the word independent, right? Everybody's accountability looks different, okay? What does your level of accountability look like to yourself? And number 5, this was my favorite one, because in my opinion, you're already 4 for 4. If you don't know what that accountability looks like, I'm sure you'll have it figured out in one quick second. It might be a weekly check-in, might be a text message daily, whatever that looks like. I know your sales director will be happy to support you. And number 5, it's how can we best serve the team and also feel valuable as an independent player? How can you best serve the team and yet feel valuable as an independent personal player? It's training, advancement, resources, and communication. Jenny, training, advancement, resources, and communication. So yes, how can you serve the team and feel valuable as an independent player or as a personal player? And I thought, what better arena than Mary Kay? Can you be an independent player, but your efforts bless your team? And whether you are team building or a part of a top unit, you are part of a team. The sum is always greater, right? Than the individual parts. And so the whole is always greater, right? And so I just want to say, make the decision to get off to a great start, because if you don't, the only person truly that you'll be disappointing yourself on August 1st is yourself. And that is the worst feeling in the whole wide world. And so I just want to encourage you to make the decision, because everything starts with the decision, right? To be consistent and get off to a great start. And so I wanted to turn it over. Is that helpful? Does everybody have your 5 already checked off? Oh, you're welcome, Jenny. I know you can do it. I know you can answer those 5 questions. So it's just so critical. The last thing I want to share with you before I turn it over, maybe to Christine, I'm not quite sure. But the last thing I want to ask, just share with you is this. Okay. On my heart, I feel very strongly about the integrity of my business. And I'm sure you all do. Do this if you feel very strongly about being a woman of integrity. Okay. Now, how many of you, whether you do Mary Kay big or small, have ever had a team member, have had the desire to have a team member, maybe one day would like to have a team member? Anybody, everybody? I hope so. Okay. So wouldn't you agree? All right. Wouldn't you agree that you want them to come in and be great start qualified, and you want them to get all the free product bonus. Yes, you want them to take advantage of everything that they have, that Mary Kay has to offer. Well, the only way they can take advantage of all those great start programs is if they themselves get that $600 order in, right? So in my opinion, if you want your team members to come in and either cumulatively or start at a 600 or more, then in my opinion, we need to be at that $600 level every month as well. Otherwise, in my opinion, kind of lacks a little integrity, right? How can I ask someone to do something that I'm not willing to do myself? And that is just my honest thought on that. Like, I can't ask or suggest someone to be a star consultant. I've been in Mary Kay 16 years. I've always been a star if I'm not willing to be a star myself. And so that's the integrity side of this business that I feel like is just so, so critical. So you can't ask somebody to do something that you're not willing to do yourself. And so with that, I just want to say I love you, and I'm going to turn it over to the amazing Christine Jesse. And I think she's going to turn it over to someone else. There she is. Hi, Christine. Okay, she's muted. Or not.
Is she able?
Okay, there you go.
There you are.
So sorry. I'm not the one to turn it over to, but I wanted to say thank you.
Well,
thank you.
Yeah.
No.
Did Leanne hop on?
I'll just say thank you so much to Terry for going through the complications tonight. And, you know, Terry, it's the view of a champion when you're watching some challenges, and she just stays calm, cool, and collected, and sacrificing your time for everybody tonight. We just appreciate you so much. Holly, that was such a word of encouragement. Everybody was taking massive notes. Thank you so much. I think Leanne might be sharing a little bit about the star trip, right, Leanne?
Yeah.
Okay. If Leanne is there, is she there?
Great.
Yeah, so I feel like a hot mess right now, y'all, but hey, it's all good. We were just having a difficult time logging in, like many of you, and I haven't been as patient as I probably could have been. So for whatever reason, I can't get on from my actual computer, so I'm on my phone here. So I'm holding my phone, and I'm going to switch over, and we're just going to get so excited right now about this Passport to Success. Passport to Success. If you know about Passport to Success, will you give a shout out? Will you give a shout out in the chat if you know about it? So we are so excited.
We're excited, Leanne.
Well, I got even more excited today when I went on the website and checked out all the places we're going to travel here. And what a phenomenal idea. Ladies, it is time for us to dream again. It is time for us to dream about traveling. How many of you have a desire to travel? How many of you would like to see what's going on in Italia? Okay, so parlo italiano abbastanza bene, non c'è male, okay? I lived abitato a Firenze per 9 mesi for studi. So I lived in Florence, Italy for 1 year while I was in college. So I can speak some Italian. And then I was inspired in Mary Kay to earn my very first trip to Rome, Italy. And I had told my husband that I wanted to take him to Italy. Y'all, I just didn't know that I would be taking him on Mary Kay's money and not my own. And he reminded me that I was going to take him to Italy. And so there will be an Italy trip. I don't know. I think that's what Cindy is doing. This is a real tour in real Italy with a real tour guide. It is so dang cool that you will have this opportunity as a star consultant. And by committing to your 600 every single month, that is going to set you up to be a star consultant every single quarter and travel literally all around the world. I mean, you might even learn how to make tiramisu. Okay. It's going to be so much fun. So who knows? Your tour guide might be Alessandro or Demetrio. Okay. Don't miss the opportunity to have a tour with a Demetrio. Now, it might not be Demetrio. It might be Maria, but either way, You will love this experience. So ladies, I'm talking to my team about the same thing, about starting July with a bang and not missing the opportunity to set yourself up for complete success, to be a 4-quarter star consultant, number one, to earn your 12-month consistency of Powered by Pink, and to be able to travel with the winners. Let me tell you, when you get to travel Mary Kay, you are traveling with the winners. And here's the deal, ladies. Winners never quit and quitters never win. So I come to you today with breaking news that you are going to be going to Rome, Italy, Italia, in your passport to success. Can you all get excited and say, ciao, ciao Bella? That's what I got for you today, ladies. And I don't know who I'm supposed
Ciao.
to
It's me. It's me. I'm the one that's actually emceeing this tonight, and I'm doing the training. And so I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. That was awesome to Holly. And I'm learning all the names. Let me look
Leanne.
here. Leanne, thank you so much, y'all. After all the little technical issues getting started, boy, now y'all got the mood going. Thank you so much. It's all so good. I love your accent.
The Italian one or my
Both,
wannabe
but
Texas
the
one?
Italian, I love that. That's so fun. And yes, I can't wait. I'm so thankful for the opportunity that I guess Cindy, I don't know if she was the original person that thought up doing this traveling thing. She has such great ideas, and this is going to be so fun. So I'm glad we're doing it with y'all. So I also, am I on the speaker view? Because right now I think when you're yourself on, I'm still seeing Leanne. Do y'all see me on the speaker view?
Yeah, you're spotlighted,
Yes.
I believe, when you
Okay,
talk.
okay. I
so
guess
we
you
should be
just can't
good.
see
Yep.
yourself. Okay. All right. I wanted to clear that up before I got started. Because I see the last person that talks. But I want to welcome all the units that are represented here. This is so exciting. The last time I checked, we were close to 70 people on here. And that's so exciting that so many people are tuning in to learn about our amazing products. And what I'm having fun is meeting new people through this virtual experience again. And I've seen a lot of you directors. I know I've met Robin. She might not remember meeting me, but I remember meeting you. I think it was at Leadership, just for a minute. Cindy introduced me, and I've met Christine several times, just in passing at Leadership. But this is so fun to get to know y'all better and to work with y'all. Y'all are truly amazing. And I want to thank Cindy and Christine for kicking us off. I know Cindy taught us how to use our skin analyzer app. That's the first step, and get people interested in seeing what's going on with their skin. And then they're a little bit more open to hearing about, so what's going to fix this? And then Christine told us all about what I really learned from her. I watched it because I was in Florida last week and I wasn't able to hop on, but I watched it, the recording. And not only do we have an amazing product, and not only do we have something for everyone, but it's our bread and butter, isn't it? The skincare. She showed us the money we can make by getting people on our amazing skincare, clearing up their faces, and that pays us. It's always a win-win with Mary Kay. That's what I absolutely love. So who remembers what the challenge is? I'm going to talk really fast because I know we got kind of a late start. But who remembers? Does anybody know what the challenge was from Christine last week? I think, what was it, 10? Was it 10?
So 20 volume repairs.
20 samples, 20 samples handed out of skincare?
It was 10 samples handed out of skincare.
Okay, that's what I thought I heard.
Whoop,
So,
whoop.
yay. So y'all put in the chat, just because for lack of time, but then we'll look down and put how many samples you were able to hand out this last week, and we'll see who took up the challenge and put it into action. And so I thought that was great. So we did the skin analyzer, then we learned about the skincare. And so now we're going to move into the foundation, and what this is the perfect thing to go to, because foundation is actually the final step really of the skincare, because it protects your skin, and we'll learn a little bit about that in a minute. But just to tell y'all quickly, for the ones that don't know me, I have been in Mary Kay almost 19 years. It'll be in September. Will be my anniversary. And when I joined Mary Kay, I was taken to an adoptee meeting, and it was Brenda Ashlock's she was meeting. It was almost an hour from my home. And but I walked into that meeting and met some amazing women. So I tell you what, I never missed a meeting, even though it was 1 hour one way, so it was actually 2 hours in traveling to go to my meeting. And so through her, I met Cindy. So I've kind of grown up in Mary Kay with those two gals. They're kind of Mary Kay to me. And so all these years we've been working together. And so that's, one reason I'm a part of this. And I'm so grateful, for the opportunity. And I'm the proud director of the name of our unit is Lionesses Arising. I don't know if anybody ever read the book Lioness Arising, but it's kind of a kickoff from that. We came from the Tarbet Tigers, so kind of playing with the Wildcat theme. And so I'm just very proud of our unit. We're an up and coming unit now. We are working towards our Cadillac. And from what Christine shared last week, we need to set big goals. And even though it does kind of make my stomach just sort of turn, but I want to go to Scotland. Y'all cannot even imagine how bad I want to go to Scotland. On my personal level, I just want to go. And then Mary Kay, of course, holds that carrot out there. And you're like, oh my goodness, to go like, she just said, to go on Mary Kay's dime or $1 million, whatever it costs to go on one of those amazing trips. Oh my goodness, that would be a dream. So I am setting that as a goal for our unit this year, even though it seems so big. And I'm still admitting people. So every once in a while I'll be a little bit distracted from that. But so that's kind of who I am a little bit. I'll look forward to getting to know y'all even better as we go on. But I want to ask a question as I get started on this foundation. Did you know that 80% of women are wearing the wrong bra size and the wrong foundation? And I would venture to guess that most of us can't help with number one. But you know what, as Mary Kay consultants, we could absolutely help them with the number two. We have some of the most amazing foundations. And that was one of the things as a customer that pulled me into the Mary Kay product. That was the first thing I really got sold on, because I'm a neutral. I didn't know that at the time, but I would go to the Clinique counter, didn't even talk, and they would try to match me, and they would try to put pink on me and warm on me. Well, the warm made me look jaundiced, and the pink tone would turn orange on me because I had enough yellow that when you mix the pink, it would turn orange. So I was so frustrated. It's like, why can't I find a foundation that looks super natural on me? And I got invited to a Mary Kay party one time, and the consultant was really good. I've been to other Mary Kay parties and they were good, but this gal was really on the ball. And, she went through the whole party, and when we got to the foundation, she matched me just like that. I mean, and this was probably like 25 years ago, because I was a customer for a while before I joined Mary Kay for several years. And I was so excited to have a foundation that, just looked so natural on me. So that was, kind of, like I said, what reeled me in. And of course, then I was pretty young then, so I wasn't quite as sold on, the skincare, when you're young and you think you're never going to wrinkle. But when I turned 40, I got really serious about my skincare, and I became a very loyal Mary Kay customer. So that's why I'm kind of excited to talk tonight about the foundations, is because, that is definitely, I think, what a lot of women are looking for. Actually, there was another statistic I was going to share. Let me see where I put it. It's 9 women out of 10 want someone to help them find the right shade. And this is something you can totally rely on. So if there's all these women, there's 80% out there wearing the wrong foundation, and then 9 out of 10 women are wishing someone would help them find the right color. And here we are, you know, they're looking for us. So we need to find them and help them to find the right foundation, wouldn't you say? So first of all, why do women need foundation? Like, why is that so important? And, you know, one thing I have learned since I, you know, become a part of Mary Kay is, you know, aging isn't just wrinkles, you know, I mean, something that makes you, you know, when we think of someone, oh, I'm old, wrinkles, you know, or at least that's what comes to my mind. But I have learned that not only do wrinkles age you, like when someone looks at you, you know, how they throw us into our age category, you know, in however many seconds it is, but it's also like discolorations, skin texture, all these things, you know, add into aging us. And so we use the skincare to fix and repair and all that. And then, you know, the foundation's the final, well, you know, step that evens out our skin tone. So it says it gives skin a flawless look, evens out the skin tone, and it protects. That's what I was talking about a while ago, is protects from the environment. So skincare definitely is a part of the skincare, the last step. And so I'm going to go into, you know, now just the products. And of course, we have, what I love about Mary Kay too, and I, as a new consultant, you know, hearing this, that it made perfect sense to me. And I'm so glad Mary Kay has stuck to this all these years, is that we don't have, like, they haven't got into, you know, having trinkets and jewelry and, you know, all these different things, you know. We've stuck to, you know, the skincare, body care, glamour, you know, fragrances. And in that line, we have lots of variety. And so that's why, just like Christine shared with us last week, we have a skincare set for anybody. Even from the most sensitive, someone that reacts to everything, you know, we've even got a skincare set for her. So even in foundations, women want choices. So in Mary Kay, they always make sure that we have enough variety that we're going to be able to please the majority of people. And so before I go into the foundations, I just want to talk about, you know, our foundation primer, because, you know, as y'all know, this is Hollywood's best kept secret, you know, makes your makeup go on a lot smoother, last a lot longer, and it goes with all our foundations. It doesn't matter if you're using a powder foundation to the full coverage of, anyhow, I'll get into those subjects, but anyhow, so I mean the different products, but the sunscreen, I mean I can't even think what I'm trying to say. The foundation primer has sunscreen in it. I'm going to just quickly, like I said, we started late, so I'm going to go through these pretty quick. But the primer extends the wear foundation, the secret to creating an even, flawless canvas, because that's what we want, a canvas for our cosmetics, the color cosmetics. Helps reduce the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and other skin imperfections. Can be used with the Mary Kay foundation, suitable for sensitive skin, oil-free, fragrance-free, and non-comedogenic. So it's the perfect thing. I mean, my customers absolutely love this.
Hey, babe, hold on. I'm going to stop my video. Okay. She keeps talking.
Oh,
I know, but
I think
I said I'm in a meeting. Well, so Megan told me to talk to you. Go
okay,
talk to someone else.
Connie, you can mute if you want. We can hear you. Okay. And
sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I have a lot of squirrels running around in my head. I don't know if y'all can tell, and I get a little bit nervous, and I get to talking, and my concentration, I have to really focus. But so anyhow, so we've used our foundation primer, and so then we want to move to you know, what sort of foundations that we have. And when this first came out, I used it faithfully, you know, and even now I switch around. That's one of the advantages, you know, to being a Mary Kay consultant, is we can use it all and we can switch around. And so this powder foundation is, one time I had a customer ask me, she was kind of being like, she thought that maybe our powder foundation wasn't going to match up to what she was using. And she's like, well, how many times is your foundation milled? And I'm like, oh no, I don't know the answer to that. And what do we say? you know what, that's a great question. I'm going to find out the answer and I will let you know. And so I called corporate and I asked them, so how many times is our foundation milled, our powder foundation? And they said, well, actually, it's almost, you can't really count them because it's jet milled. And so what that means, it's almost like a hammer just going like 90 to nothing, just pulverizing it, you know. And so it's so milled. That's what makes it so silky, soft, so smooth. And so I was very proud to go back because she said, well, like mine's milled 15 times or 30 times. I don't remember what she said. And I'm like, well, you can't count it, you know, Mary Kay, because it's so many. And she's like, wow. And, you know, so that was impressive to her. I was glad to learn that. I don't know if y'all knew that or not, but I love it because they have the little where you can turn and shake it out or close it, because we want to take it with us a lot of times. And especially on vacation or something, we have it in our roll-up bag, and it will leak out and, you know, get everywhere if it didn't have this lock on it. So I love that Mary Kay has that you don't waste any product. So this is great. It's a weightless skin perfecting powder that controls shine. Lines and wrinkles seem to disappear. Hang on, we got somebody trying to come in. It's for all skin types, natural or matte finish, suitable for sensitive skin, and we have 12 shades in this wonderful foundation. And what I really truly love about this, and I did learn, you know, how your customers tell you things, and some of the other brands, I don't even know for sure which ones, but they say they put it on and later on in the day, it actually has settled in lines or pores. And Mary Kay's does not do that. It actually, it's like it looks better the longer you wear it. I don't know how it does that, but it is amazing. Okay, so the next one I wanted to tell you about, and this is our big one. I sell so much of this foundation, is the Timewise 3D. And this stuff, I love the fact how Mary Kay, you know, they put it in 2 formulas, because when you are putting on a liquid, you know, sometimes if, you know, it's not the right consistency, it's going to make oily people oilier and that sort of thing. And I love the fact that they take that into consideration. We have one for combination to oily and one for normal to dry. The first one I'll tell you about is the luminous, and it has the IntelliMatch, where, you know, it's, you know, we can give them such a perfect match. And I was watching something about, I was trying to learn just a little bit more, make sure I knew all the facts, and, you know, how they went and tested, women all over the world test their skin and, you know, analyzed it and came up with, you know, all our shades so that we can, you know, match anyone with this. And I love the fact that they have now made our foundations to where the tones are neutral and warm and cool. It makes it so much easier to match people. But so the 3D, the luminous, provides a long-lasting luminous finish, delivers 12 hours of moisturization, humidity and sweat-resistant formula. It includes the age minimizing 3D complex. So this foundation is actually has anti-aging products. I love that. Includes the, oh yeah, I just read that. Skin looks instantly brighter and foundation looks fresh all day. Contains light reflecting minerals plus jojoba for lasting comfort. Won't settle in the fine lines. So this doesn't either. And so that, and then the matte wear is pretty close to the same, just has the different, it provides a long-lasting matte finish, delivers 12 hours of oil control, a humidity and sweat-resistant formula, and it includes the age, of course, the 3D complex. And so at the end, I'm going to share just a little bit about the how to match the foundations on people. So right now, I'm just going to go through and just tell you real quick about the products. One that I think a lot, especially if you're a new consultant or haven't been in that long, you may not even know that we have this foundation, and it is the cream to powder. And this was really big, and I think it was like the 80s. And, you know, everybody was wearing cream to powder. You know, they had their little compacts, and they were, I'm showing you the wrong one, showing you the pressed powder. I put this one in a compact because, and it comes, you know, you can have the sponges also, but this, you know, you'd see everybody putting on their foundation with their compact, you know, not as much today, you don't see that, but this, if someone is really wanting, you know, really more of a full coverage, and even if they're oily, or, hang on, still admitting people, that's good. Or anyhow, it's for all skin types, but they updated this. It's, you know, that came out, I think back in the 80s. Now I didn't come into, I wasn't in Mary Kay as a consultant, I was using the product, but so this, you know, the formula has been developed for quite a while, but a few years back they updated it and made it even better. So now the qualities that this has, it's heat and humidity resistant, stays true and appears fresh for 12 hours, and it's a buildable coverage that glides on as a lightweight cream and dries to a soft, powdery finish. And we actually have 16 shades in this foundation. So, you know, there's questions that you ask people, like you wonder, well, who would that be for? Who would want, you know, this sort of foundation? And there's some questions that you can ask people that is going to direct you to, you know, one of our foundations. And I'll tell you how to find that out in a minute. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to tell you about is, and this one is famous, the CC cream. I have not met one person that has tried the CC cream that did not fall in love with it. Even if they didn't want to wear it every day, they want it for those simple days where they can run to the store. They're going to be, you know, working out in the yard, since it does have SPF 15 in it, layered with your skincare. It's a really good protectant from the sun. But this stuff is just amazing. My mom was just ranting and raving the other night about it. She just loves this product. Like I said, it has a UVA, UVB, broad spectrum protection, provides lightweight coverage, oil-free moisturization for up to 10 hours. It's for all skin types. It's a natural finish, suitable for sensitive skin, and we have 5 shades in it. So, you know, this is a very forgiving type foundation. I tell people a lot of times it's sort of a cross between a foundation and a tinted moisturizer, sort of. I mean, it's the best way I can describe the consistency and the way it goes on. But it's forgiving and it's kind of translucent. And so each shade covers, you know, quite a few people. And so it's really easy to match people with. And it's just a really, really great foundation. Okay, so that is our foundations. And so, you know, I had it pulled up, but while ago when all the noise and everything was going on, I was trying to figure out who was talking, and I had some recording going. It was crazy. I was going to pull it up, but I can just tell y'all, I was looking on, you know, the In Touch. And just like Christine said last week, everything I'm telling you is on In Touch, and you can find it yourself. But just like someone was sharing before everybody got on, you know, it's kind of fun to hear the personal stories and to be reminded and just, you know, hear the training. But on In Touch, when you go to Product Central, you click on that, and then it is Foundation for All. When you click on that, you cannot imagine all the information on there. And it even has a little workshop, a foundation workshop. You can print it off, put it in a little book, or you can just study it online. But oh my goodness, it had such great information, and it goes through. Let me see what time it is now. See, it's 8:30 almost. So I wanted to cut it a little bit short tonight, and I'm sorry to rush through it, but with getting started late, I didn't want to keep us too late. And so, but if you will go there and go through that little workshop, it's not very long, but it is packed with great information and about how to match, you know, how to color match someone. And, you know, I know that scares a lot of people. I know that when new consultants come in, you know, they're very intimidated by that. That's why I was really glad they started putting the CC cream in the starter kits so that new consultants could use the CC cream, because it's pretty easy to match. But when you get to like the 3D foundation, you know, it takes a little bit more skill. But one thing that you can print off of there, and I would recommend, I hope y'all can see this because I can't see myself to see if it's showing, but this is like the chart, because like just the other day I had a customer, she was using one, she said, I need one shade darker, what would that be? And so if you're not super familiar or haven't memorized all, you know, how all the foundations, the order that they go in, it shows the ivories, in the cools, the neutrals, in the warms, and it shows the beige and the bronze. So you can just look on the sheet, print it off, and keep it with your stuff, and you can look, and it's really going to help you when you're matching someone. But tell you how I've been since the pandemic, and we went virtual. I discovered what a wonderful tool that little app, the Foundation Finder app. That's what I use all the time now. Instead of doing stripe tests or any of that, I ask I just give them the link to that. They go and then send me the picture of what it showed them, and 9 times out of 10, it's the right foundation. And if it's not, and they need a little darker or a little lighter, you just take this and you can look, and it will tell you which one it is. So it's super simple now. I feel like the newest consultant using that Foundation Finder can match someone in the correct, because it asks all the right questions. It knows, and just out of all the people I've done, very seldom is it wrong. So pretty cool. Does anybody have any questions? I know I went through all that really quick, but willing to take any questions.
Where's the app?
Okay, so the app that's a good question. I have the link that I can share with the directors, and they can put in their groups or Boxers or however, is the best for them to communicate. But it's actually on our personal websites. Like if you go to the personal website or the Mary Kay website, and I can't tell you right now exactly. I can't remember because I have the link to it, and I just send them the link. But it's on there. Does anybody else, any of the other directors or anything, do y'all use that? Do you know?
I know where it is. This is Gina. It is,
okay.
It's not an app. It's a feature on our personal website.
Right.
So you go to your personal website, and it's under shop, or it's under tips and trends.
Tips and trends, that's right.
Yeah, and it's Foundation Finder quiz or something like that.
Yes. Oh yeah, it's like a quiz. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get all the details right, but I know how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how you can find it yourself. And you can copy the link and share it, like even in a text. Like even though I'm meeting people now in person, I can just send them that little link and they can do it right there, and then it tells me. It is just one way to do the matching, but that's just how I've been doing it lately, because it is so accurate and so simple. Does anybody else have any other questions or comments?
You had one earlier. Somebody asked how to find the chart that you were showing.
Okay, so that's on when you go to In Touch, and then you go under Product Central. Go to Product Central, and then under Foundation for All. And then you will see you'll see the workshop. I was talking about the Foundation workshop, tools. This might have been under the tools. It's like a whole list of things there that you can click on, and it just gives you gobs of information. And you will be an expert on our foundation after you go to that Foundation for All. You will go through that information. You'll be an expert, I promise. Okay,
Terry,
so
you did a great job. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
A wonderful, wonderful job. I know what it's like to feel hurried and rushed through lots of information. So I thank you so much. Even under the hurriedness, you are just grace and ease. So that is a gift. So thank you for sharing that with us.
Thanks. Thank you. Well, I need to give a challenge though. That's the last part. And since, we did 10. Okay. So now you have all these customers that you've sent the app to, and you've given samples. The perfect thing to ask now, get at least 10 people. Is that too little? 10 people to do maybe the foundation quiz. And if you can do it in person, I don't know how many of you are doing in person now. It would be really good for you to go through that workshop. Actually, that's what I was trying to debate on what the challenge should be. And I definitely thought, well, matching 10 people with our foundation would be great, but I don't know how many, people are seeing in person. But if you are doing going through the workshop, so that was the other thing I was considering, is part of the challenge would be go and do that workshop, because it is not long, it's very short, but it will tell you exactly how to match people. It talks about the what do you call it? The foundation shade finder, you know, the little plastic, you know, that has the foundations on it. It tells you how to use that. It tells you how to do the stripe test, and it doesn't even tell you about the foundation finder. That was from me. But I would love to challenge y'all to do the workshop, and then whichever way that you want, whether it's through the quiz or doing it in person, do at least 10 people. Do y'all want to add? I mean, is that a good challenge, or should I add to it? What do y'all think?
Perfect.
I think it's good.
You think that's all right? Definitely the workshop. Do the workshop, and then 10 people. Yeah, foundation match. And so did anybody look at the comments to see about the challenge last week? That may be too hard. There's a lot of comments. I'm not sure how to, I want to give y'all credit though for the ones that
I see
I
quite
know
a
I had
few
a text
people.
from a few of my girls, and Sam did 8.
Delisa did 10. Kelly did 7. It says Zoom user gave out 10. Eileen,
Yay.
5. Christine, 6. They did great. Elizabeth, 10.
Yay.
Patty, 10.
That's awesome.
Great.
Yay.
Fantastic.
So we had a
A lot of people love tiramisu.
people that took her up.
A lot of tiramisu fans. Okay.
Okay, well, I just hated, you know, everything was a little bit weird tonight, but I hated to skip over and know that people did that challenge and we didn't
Great.
recognize them. So, yeah. So thank y'all.
Okay, so we're going to do our breakouts now, Terry? Is that?
Anybody that wants to do the breakout, I'm not really sure because I don't want to end the meeting. I'll just leave it open. There were some of us that, well, we were supposed to do it before. I guess we could very quickly, but it's 8:30. Do you usually do it after the meeting?
Yes.
Okay,
We
I'll
do.
leave it up and leave it going. And yes, y'all can go to your breakout rooms. And then what, maybe at 9, I'll end the meeting. Because I think if I end it, it'll, you know, close everything out, and I don't want to do that. Oh, I do need to probably quit